to do more by inserting a couple of clauses into the contract that will ensure that PSG would, gain more from the contract. But PSG were not just. I don't think they were even willing to negotiate. I don't even think they sat down to negotiate. They didn't even talk to Real Madrid. They just kept quiet.
Yeah.
Real Madrid will come back. They'll keep quiet. So it's a bit embarrassing. This is player power just playing out.
Yeah. Is it player power?
No. It is because
it's not player power because the player did not have his way.
Yeah.
The players.
What I mean is, he is under contract. You cannot just ask him to. You can. There are certain things you can't tell the player.
If the player is still under contract, you can refuse even if it's a billion pounds that is offered. But where player power comes in, the player can leave at the end of the season.
Absolutely. So he has said, look, since you don't want to sell me, fine.
Yeah.
At the end of the season,
I think what they are banking on is that he will not go at the end of the season. He will sign a new contract. That is what they are thinking will happen because. The president of the club said, well, he said he wanted PSG to be more competitive. Well, we've got you, Lionel Messi, we've got you the greatest footballer ever. So, what else do you want? Stay here and win the Champions League. Stay here and continue winning French Ligue 1 titles.
I think for him, his idol is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
He wants to go to Real Madrid, make a statement just like Cristiano Ronaldo. Madrid are building a good team, with youngsters littered everywhere. The other time they got Camavinga into the team, and the young man has, slotted in pretty well. There's Asensio. Yeah, they did. But you can see why when you add Mbappe to that team, it will be a different team entirely, and that's why the guy wants to go there and then achieve a lot with Real Madrid, just like Cristiano Ronaldo is idol.
That's how they brought Eden Hazard.
Now Eddie was like 29 or 30 when he signed.
His dreams have turned to nightmare.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about this lady, fantastic footballer. She's won the Ballon d'Or in the past. Her name Ada Hegerberg, and she says she will never take football for granted again as she prepares for a return to action with Lyon, and that was after a 20-month injury absence. That is almost 2 years, 1 complete year, and I think 8 months. So she's been out for a very long time. She's in an anterior cruciate ligament injury, and now she's hoping to be back. Although she's had issues with the Norwegian national team, she's not played for them in a long while. But whenever she's fully fit, she's, as I said, the Ellen Brown Haaland of women's football. She scores a ridiculous amount of goals.
Yeah, she's a fantastic player. Of course, I mean, she's won multiple Ballon d'Or. Whenever she's fit, she scores goals for the female side of Lyon, who are, currently, if I'm correct, the arguably the best team in the world.
Now you've got to say Barcelona.
Well, maybe because they won the Champions League. But before that, you look at the number of Champions League.
Lyon absolutely obliterated everybody.
Yeah. So I don't even think when you look at Barcelona female team, you can put it in the same class as Lyon, considering the number of trophies on the continental stage.
I'm talking about right now.
Right now, you can of course argue that Barcelona are the best in terms of Europe because of their latest their latest achievement in terms of winning the UEFA Champions League for the women. Good news for her. It's not easy.
She's not in her prime. She's just 26, and we know that women's footballers, they tend to last longer. They tend to have longer careers than their male counterparts.
It's not easy. Mentally, it is draining. I mean, you have to wait and wait and wait. You mentioned 1 year and then 8 months. That's like 20 months. That's like 4 months shy of 2 years. It's not easy. I will have to also say kudos to her club. Some clubs will even do away with you after maybe a year and maybe a year and 2 months or 3 months when they see that you're not really getting back to that fitness level where they want you. But Lyon, they know what this girl brings to the table, so they decided to, of course, stay with her. She's back. We hope that she gets to her devastating best once again, because one thing is to come back from injury, another thing is to get back to that form that you used to be known for.
Okay, they said there are 2 types of coaches, those who have been fired and those waiting to be fired. Well, Claudio Ranieri has been hired and fired a couple of times in his career, but of course, you've got to say his greatest was winning his greatest triumph, winning the English Premier League title with Leicester City. Little fancied Leicester City, even when he was at Chelsea and had the backing of Roman Abramovich with money and everything, he was unable to win the title, although he came close, came second a couple of times, but then Roman Abramovich fired him and brought on Jose Mourinho.
Special one.
Yeah, and we know what happened when Jose Mourinho took over. But he went to Leicester City and won. But the next season it went pear-shaped for them, and he was fired. Now he's had a couple of other.
He was at Fulham.
Yeah,
and then he didn't go well. Yeah, they were relegated.
Yeah, and now after the firing of Sixto Munoz, we hear that Cisco Munoz. We hear that he is. Watford are in advanced talks with Claudio Ranieri, and he's likely to be there.
Honestly, I watched him driving into Vicarage Road, so he's expected to put pen to paper and resume work on Monday from what we are getting. So for the fact that Ranieri has already arrived at the Vicarage Road and is in talks, and it's looking clear that he will be their next manager. So I think he has got the experience. Honestly, apart from working with English club sides, he has also worked outside England. He has managed the North, as he just left Sampdoria at the end of last season. So for me, I think he has got the experience. But all Watford needs right now is to give him all the backing. But it's so painful that a club, a manager who brought them out from our championship to Premier League after 7 matches, he's been fired. Though the club said they wanted to see improvement on the team, and right now that is what they've not seen, because they've only managed, I think, 2 victories. So they wanted a manager who can take them very far this season. So Claudio Ranieri fits that bill. Let's just see how far his return to the Premiership will look like. He's one of those managers that you can say, yes, he has got what it takes to be a title contender.
I may have doubts about his longevity in terms of how far he can take Watford. You look at Watford, they're a mid-table club, if I'm correct. They should even be finishing outside the top 10.
They just gained promotion back to the
so they've struggled over the years, in terms of how they've been consistent, and then the rest. Remember, the last time they were relegated, and now they are back into the Premier League. If Claudio Ranieri comes into Watford, he will be their 13th manager since 2012, when the Pozzo family took over Watford. That says a lot about the direction of the club. Again, you can start thinking he's going to be sacked as well, because if you look at Watford, for instance, they are 14th on the log, and I don't know clearly, I don't know what the club wants to achieve. Do they want to be a mid-table club? Do they want to be competing for, now there's a Europa Conference League? Do they want to be competing for the UEFA Europa League? Do they want to qualify for the Champions League? Do they want to win the title? I think it has to be, spelled out. Maybe during negotiations, I'm sure Ranieri would ask them to say, what do you want me to achieve at this club? Do you want us to win titles? Do you want us to be a selling club? Do you want us to sell players? Do you want us to win something or qualify for the UEFA Europa League? There has to be something, because I feel for a club like Watford, they should be competing or qualifying for the Continental Championship. So let's see how he gets to go. In a few weeks' time, he's going to be 70. It didn't work out at Chelsea. It didn't work out at Fulham. It didn't work out at Leicester City, even though eventually he was sacked. This time around at Watford, I have serious doubts about whether it's going to work out for him. Remember, a few months ago, he was at Sampdoria, and he left the club in maybe a criminal circumstances. So let's see how he gets to go for Watford, and of course, Claudio Ranieri.
Okay, guys, let's quickly just run through for those who may not have caught us in the morning. Let's just quickly run through just the results of the top 5 leagues. Let's begin from the English Premier League, and then we'll look at the other leagues before we start taking the calls.
All right, beginning from the English Premier League, it started on Saturday where Manchester United and Everton played out a 1-0 draw. Burnley also played out a goalless draw with Norwich City. Chelsea and Stamford Bridge were 3-1 winners over Southampton. Leeds United also defeated Watford 1-0 at Elland Road, while Wolverhampton Wanderers enjoyed a 2-1 win over Newcastle United. And Brighton and Hove Albion played out a goalless draw with Arsenal. Then on Sunday, Crystal Palace played out a 2-2 draw with Leicester City. Tottenham Hotspur were 2-1 winners over Aston Villa, while West Ham United at home were beaten by Brentford 2-1. And Liverpool played out a 2-2 draw with Manchester City. Okay, that takes us to the Spanish La Liga Santander. We started on Friday, where Athletic Bilbao defeated Deportivo Alaves 1-0. On Saturday, Osasuna at home beat Rayo Vallecano 1-0. Mallorca also enjoyed a 1-0 home win over Levante. Cadiz and Valencia played out a goalless draw, while Atletico Madrid, the reigning champions, beat Barcelona 2-0. On Sunday, Elche defeated Celta Vigo 1-0. Espanyol ended Real Madrid's unbeaten run 2-1. Then Etafe at home played at a 1-0 draw with Real Sociedad. Villarreal at home were 2-0 winners over Real Betis, while Granada also beat Sevilla 1-0. That takes us to the Italian Serie A, which started on Friday as well. Cagliari and Venezia played at a 1-0 draw. On Saturday, Salernitana defeated Genoa 1-0. Torino at home were beaten by Juventus 1-0. And also Sassuolo lost 2-1 at home to champions Inter Milan. On Sunday, Bologna inflicted a 3-0 defeat on Lazio. Sampdoria and Udinese played out a 3-0 draw. Verona humiliated Spezia 4-0, while AS Roma enjoyed a 2-0 home win over Empoli. Elsewhere, Fiorentina had Artemio Di Franchi were beaten 2-1 by visiting Napoli, while Atalanta also lost at home to visiting AC Milan 3-2. To the German Bundesliga, started on Friday, FC Cologne beat Greuther Fürth 3-1. On Saturday, Borussia Dortmund at Signal Iduna Park enjoyed a 2-1 win over Augsburg. Hertha Berlin at home were beaten by Freiburg 2-1. VfB Stuttgart defeated Hoffenheim 3-1. Wolfsburg at home were beaten 3-1 by visiting Borussia Mönchengladbach, while RB Leipzig beat Bochum 3-0. On Sunday, Mainz 05 were beaten at home by Union Berlin 2-1. Bayern Munich also lost their first match to Eintracht Frankfurt in 21 years after losing 2-1 at the Allianz Arena. And for Arminia Bielefeld at home, they were whitewashed 4-0 by visiting Bayer Leverkusen. That takes us to the French Ligue 1, which started on Friday with Lens beating Reims 2-0. Then on Friday. Then on Saturday, we had two matches. Montpellier and Strasbourg played at a 1-1 draw. Then Nice beat Brest 2-1. On Sunday, it was Rennes 2, Paris Saint-Germain 0, Angers 3, Metz 2, Lorient and Clermont Foot played at a 1-0 draw, while Monaco and the Stade Louis 2 trashed Bordeaux 3-0. Nantes were 2-0 winners over Troyes. Lille also enjoyed a 2-0 win over Marseille, while Saint-Etienne and Lyon played at a 1-0 draw.
All right, we talked about this so many times that we absolutely hate talking about it, but unfortunately it keeps happening, so we must talk about it. We must create awareness about it, and hopefully they get to do something about it. It's racism in football, racism in sports generally, but in football particularly. Now, Senegalese defender Kalidou Koulibaly, he says that racist fans must be out, but they must be kept out of stadiums forever. He was reacting after the match between Napoli and Fiorentina on Saturday. The the team from Naples were able to come from behind to win this encounter 2-1, and that's kept them their unbeaten run in the Italian Serie A going this season. But during the game, our boy Victor Osimhen was especially abused, same as Kalidou Koulibaly and one other player. In fact, Victor Osimhen, he posted on the social media that supporters, that it's absolutely important for supporters to understand how disgusting it is to hate an individual because of the color of their skin. And he's absolutely right. It's not fair that all of these things are happening. Well, the Italian newspaper Gazzetta dello Sport reported that Andre Frank Zambo Anguissa, who's on loan from Naples from Fulham, he was also targeted by the home fans. And he said Fiorentina, they expressed the most firm and harsh condemnation of the episodes of racism that took place yesterday during the match against Napoli. So this is what the club, at least they acknowledge it, and they issued a statement. The general manager, Joe Baroni, he already apologized personally to Napoli after the game. And Fiorentina, they say that CCTV footage from the game will be provided to the authorities to help identify the culprits. And the Italian Football Federation, they have also opened an investigation into the incident. Sometimes I don't understand. These teams that racially abuse others, they also, many of them have black players, so, and you will be racially abusing the black players of
it's
others.
It's pure stupidity.
It's not acceptable. All right, guys, time for you to join us on the show. 070-6263-9275, 090-3939-4427, 081-2178-9154. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Danjuma, welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening, Danjuma.
This is the Metro. Good evening.
Danjuma, good evening. Welcome.
Okay, God bless you. Okay, but what is it that Real Madrid, they really disappointed me this weekend. Without Champions League, they know for this Sheriff. That one made this Messi to be the La Liga for this weekend. They can't go lose again. They really disappoint me. Need a sit up so that that La Liga they go retain of Atletico Madrid. And for Barcelona, it no surprise me for the next season of the year because the team they get now na football team. Maybe players to use to play for Barcelona and how they play for Barcelona now. To me, they manage it to their best if the season finish.
Thank you. Hello.
Good evening, Mr. Abraham.
Yeah, Jude, welcome.
Good evening, Mr.
Yeah, good evening. Welcome.
Okay, please ask Kylian Mbappe. Well, I don't know Mbappe will be 23 very soon. I was thinking about the future. I wonder that future will come because United States and other associations are already within the ballot now. We are still focusing on future enough. Look at his last competition in Europe, he was never to be found. So they should do this. Look at what Alan is doing, he will get Alan. And then for yesterday, for super study for the smaller teams, Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, all us, the diet of the league. But for Bayern Munich, I'm not angry that they lost. In fact, I'm happy that I learned it like that. But we have in the back of our mind that maybe anything can be, but they will be more cautious. So I know it's about it was our arena, but well, it's not, but it doesn't mean anything. We love it useless to us, and we see when we have. We have to go to win the league. Well done.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, good evening, everybody.
Good evening and welcome.
This is calling from Coco in the Costa.
All right.
Hello, good evening.
Steve, I greet you. Good evening.
I greet you.
I greet you too, my brother. Welcome.
When I be trying, I God give you more grace, more power.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
I want to ask you a question. That last match where this first place of against Apache, you know they scored 2 goals where they disallowed. Do you think those goals was that mostly that last one that Timovena
the one when Lukaku scored, that one are clearly offside. It was offside. The one when Timovena scored, not be offside, it was ordinarily should have been a legitimate goal, but in the build-up, something happened. Cesar Azpilicueta fouled one player in the build-up to that goal. So now that one the referee see. The referee not even see him now. VAR now the referee may go check him. So he had to go back and check. But the only thing why people go argue is say one, maybe the foul, no day two, it wasn't that clear. But some said it was a foul. But secondly, the play had gone. They had played for 17 seconds after that incident. So why didn't they why did they allow play to go on for so long before now bringing it back to disallow the goal and everything? So that was the thing. There was nothing wrong with Werner, but what as Piliqueta did before the goal was scored.
This Liverpool City match yesterday, I think where Guardiola was complaining. I think this test where Kevin De Bruyne play as a quarter, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's supposed to have a red card on that match. I already give him a red card, I give him a yellow card. If I still remember that match Manchester played with Chelsea. Yes, because I don't see why the coach is complaining yesterday because maybe Liverpool supposed to have a red card.
But because something, I don't even remember this particular incident you are talking about. But because something happened before, then another, me say when nothing happened, then they're not supposed to give yellow card now. James Milner supposed to get second yellow card for that foul yesterday on who was it? Was it who did he foul? I think it was Foden. Was it Foden? Foden that fouled.
Yeah, it was the one closing down.
Yeah. So because another referee no do something, you know, mean say the next one no supposed to do the same thing now.
Okay, no problem. I wish the Nigeria all the best for their match on Thursday. Maybe they win, or maybe coach make you no complain or that for us. Don't invite everybody now. Thank you, God bless you.
All right, thank you. Hello.
Hello, guys.
Yeah, welcome.
Good evening.
Great to have you. Madrid, don't come.
Yes. Good evening, the master.
Yeah, good evening, welcome.
The VRA is always very active when it involves Chelsea. That's what I've observed. It's always very active. Especially when it go as the squads. We now trace the build-up. Begin to see there was traces of fire, of anything at all. I have observed it. Especially when Venezuela scores. The VRA will just be on ground to check. Because for me, that as the important the challenge we had with the player, for me, I thought that was the 50-50 challenge.
Yeah.
Both of them struggled. And the fittest got the ball. But at the end of the day, play continued, and after some time, they now decided to say it was not too good. So I don't really understand.
Yeah, and it might take your mind back to what happened in the final of the FA Cup. The goal that Leicester City scored. No, the goal that Leicester City scored against Chelsea.
Yes.
Remember that there but the argument was that look, it happened too quick. It was just 7 seconds between when the foul happened and when the goal was scored. So there was no need to be going back because the thing just happened immediately. You know, that was what the argument then was, and many supporters of Chelsea were saying no. There was a foul. There was handball in the build-up, so you should have not given that as a goal.
What I'm saying is that in the case of some teams, the VAR is very active, and Chelsea is one of them. I begin to see it as an instrument to bring down a team or to prevent a team from getting maximum points.
But that's where I would disagree with you. I don't think that there is any agenda against any club. It happens to all of them. It happens. Man City were complaining. Yeah, they were complaining, but in the past, they have benefited from shady VAR and stuff. Liverpool themselves that benefited yesterday, sometimes in the past, they had suffered from VAR awarding something against them. So it's like that, you know.
I think PSG are waiting for Kylian Mbappe to sign. We will soon put on right. I think that will be the biggest signing. They are waiting for him to sign and pack the place. PSG will not have the
Okay, sorry, we lost the connection there. All right, let's quickly look at the text messages.
Good evening, men of sports. Okay, Ibrahim, why is it that scissors kick is very difficult for goalkeepers to catch? Because I saw that of Oshima yesterday again against Fiorentina. For me, Deontay Wilder, I thought he is from Congo. That is why I love listening to your shows, because I learn a lot every day. Musa from New Benin. Deontay Wilder said himself that he said he's from
Nigeria, and he's from Edo State in particular. For why bicycle kicks are, well, I think it's physics.
Yeah.
Maybe the physicists will be able to explain that. A ball is traveling at a particular trajectory and suddenly it changes.
Yeah.
You know, so that it's like those bicycle kicks and headers. Yeah, you know, it's coming with force, and then it's met with another force. From what they said, that I've been wondering how does that happen, but they say if you kick a ball up, is that same force with which it goes up that is going to come down because of gravity. So I'm guessing too that when you cross the ball and somebody heads it, or when you cross the ball and there's a bicycle kick, and most times the goalkeeper does not expect that this is what the player will do. If a player is facing you and he raises his leg to hit a shot, you could just say, okay, this is where the ball will go. and dive towards that way. But with a bicycle kick, you are never sure.
Absolutely.
Because you don't know the player is backing you, and then he just does it.
The goalkeepers are never sure where he's going to go to. Okay, Ibrahim, why did you say Lionel Messi is the greatest footballer of all time? What about Ronaldo from Observer? Did you say something like that?
Yeah, I did in the morning. I said when I was mentioning Kylian Mbappe's issue, I said, look, they've probably signed the greatest player of all time for him and all. Look, but I said the same thing about them, right? I talk about Cristiano Ronaldo, and I also probably the greatest footballer to ever lace his boot. I talk about Lionel Messi, and I said the same thing. But I've said it here too. If you've listened to me for years, or if you listen to me this year, I remember that I've said it, that my personal favorites. Because when you talk of the GOATs, we are saying greatest of all time. It means that all the period that football has existed as an official sport, for me, my personal greatest of all time is Edson Arantes do Nascimento Pele. Because of the number of goals he scored, because of the World Cup. This guy won the World Cup as a 17-year-old. He won the World Cup 12 years later, and he scored in the final. He scored 2 goals as a 17-year-old in the final. 12 years later, he scored a goal. Fantastic header. Even in 1958, he scored a header. 1970, he scored another header. So for me, and he won 3 World Cups. For me, Pele is the greatest ever. But if we are talking of this period now,
that's the last 20 years.
Yes, from 2007 to now. Of course, it's Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. And you could argue, when you look at their stats, you could argue for anyone to say this guy is the greatest footballer of all time.
Good evening, sirs. Bedo Queens broke my heart after Alan Queens ditch. Anyways, congrats to all the teams. What a nice and well-coordinated tournament. Please, sirs, I don't understand why Ganacho invited strikers in place of injured midfielders when we have so many attacking options already. This is coming from Victory. Well, I'm hoping we would have the opportunity to ask that question during the press conference. I think he has, feels he has enough of the players who play in the creative department. Joe Aribo is not injured. He's coming. Yeah, and there are some other guys too. That Shehu Abdullahi, that you know as a defender, we hear that he's actually a natural midfielder. So he could actually play there. All right, good evening, uncles of sports. Tommy Abraham called up to the England squad. Jose Mourinho's effect from Omo, US era. I think we'll confirm that if that's just true. Was it called up? I thought I saw that list. I don't think I saw it.
No, it was Tomori that was.
It was Tomori that was called up.
I don't know if maybe there was.
Maybe it's in the fresh one. We'll just check. We'll check and then see how true it is.
Yeah, but if they call him, I will not be surprised. He's doing well. All right, guys, and thank you very much for listening. This is the much we can take. We'll see you tomorrow on a fresh edition. Well, this time we'll be talking all sports, not just football. I'm Sally Ibrahim. I've been doing this with CJ and Agosa. Bye-bye.
Mr. Chairman, sir. Beautiful advertisement.
Thank you.
But was it approved by APCON before exposure?
APCON?
APCON is the Advertising Practitioners Council of Nigeria, the federal government advertising regulatory authority that vets and approves all adverts before they are exposed on radio, TV, billboard, any medium.
You mean it's the law?
Yes, sir. APCON is backed up by the law to vet all adverts to ensure they are not in bad taste. And there's a big penalty for non-compliance.
Call me our consultant now.
Get your advertisements vetted and approved by APCON before exposure. Call 0909 144 2787 0811 562 4892 or visit www.apcon.gov.ng today for details on APCON offices nationwide.
This we talk about what's more practical and comfortable in the business of elevator, escalator, building automation. Then let's talk about Enabritech Limited. For your home and office, companies and industries, when you think of professionals in providing and installing elevator, escalator, building automation, automatic doors and gates, and lots more, think Enabritech Limited. Visit our Benin office, 14 IBM Street, off Ilama Road, GRA, Benin City. Telephone 0905-257-2571. Abuja, 40 Mirage Estate, Guaripa, Abuja. Telephone 0807-7577-398. Lagos, 417 C6 1004 Estate, Victoria Island, Lagos, Nigeria. Telephone 0807-7577-392. Ghana office, Medina Estate, Accra, Ghana. Telephone +233-504-651-537. Email info@enabritech.com. Website www.enabritech.com. Enabritech Limited. Technology moves you.
Here comes Wide Range Electricals Limited, manufacturer's representative and major distributor of top-class electrical materials, now in Benin City to serve you with standard electrical materials like Nigerian wires and cables, piping materials, latest variety of fancy switches, light fittings, extractors, ceiling and standing fans, plus major industrial materials like transformers of various kVA, armored cables, aluminum conductors, overhead materials, distribution boards, circuit breakers, household electrical appliances, and lots more. Sub-distributors, individuals, corporate bodies, retailers, builders are all invited. At Wide Range Electricals Limited, all electrical products and brands are sold according to specifications for maximum satisfaction of customers. Wide Range Electricals Limited, number 8, Igbesawa Street by Ikun Street Junction, off Akpakpava Road, Benin City. Telephone 0803-970-3517. Wide Range Electricals Limited, lighting your world.
Milo! I greet you. I beg, I won't buy 2 sachets of Milo.
Okay, oh. But you sure say you don't want to try something else?
This something else where you talk so. It get Active Go.
Eh?
Active waiting. Active Go, now that mix we get protomalt, minerals, plus vitamins.
Eh?
Waiting. Make you no worry. Just give me my Milo. Because as it be so, things what they buy for my pikin them. I know they joke with them more.
Make you give your pikin them ogbonge energy. Milo Active Go with the goodness of malt, milk and cocoa. We go help your pikin them to stay active every day. Milo, energy to fit do more.
Indomie welcomes you back to school. Have a session filled with lots of fun and excitement. Stay safe, stay healthy. Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
We have said it before.
We will still say it again.
Beware of human traffickers and smugglers who encourage irregular migration. Beware of offers of jobs in Europe. Beware of stories of getting rich quick once in Europe.
Beware of stories of opportunities to become international model, football star, actor, actress, or singer in Europe.
Note, there is no easy way to making it big except crime.
And if you are caught, you will go in for it.
Europe is no Eldorado. Nobody picks money on the street. If you must travel,
do it the right way.
Say no to desert travel. Say no to crossing the sea to Europe. Don't be deceived.
Many have died in the desert, sea, or even prison.
Say no to human trafficking. Say no to irregular migration.
This message is brought to you by the Italian Agency for Development Corporation, Action Aid, Vides, and Salesians of Don Bosco, Nigeria.
92.7 KUFM News. Concise, precise, balanced, and biased.
We are live from Benin City to the world.
This is 92.7 KUFM Newsbreak.
It's 5 p.m. Good evening and welcome to Newsbreak on KU 92.7 FM Benin City. First, the headlines. Federal government launches explanatory manual on code of conduct of public officers. NDLEA intercepts fake soldier with drugs, ATM cards. NAFDAC advises Nigerians to avoid frozen chicken, turkey, other food items. On entertainment, Wizkid, Thames receive platinum plaque for Essence in the United States. Details of these and more after this break. I am Gloria Vitalis. As part part of its commitment to tackle corruption, the federal government on Monday launched the explanatory manual of the Code of Conduct of Public Officers, CCPO, in Abuja. The manual, an initiative of the Technical Unit on Governance and Anti-Corruption Reforms, TUGA, underscored the significance of waging a successful war against corruption in an emerging democracy like Nigeria. In her opening remarks, the head of TUGA, Lilian Ekeayanwu, describes CCPO as one of the most potent corruption preventive mechanisms within the Nigerian anti-corruption agenda. The aim of the manual, according to Ekeayanwu, is to, on one hand, equip officers of the Code of Conduct Bureau to have a shared understanding of the elements of the code in order to aid implementation and enforcement, and on the other hand, for public servants to understand the code and mainstream same into workplace. The Supreme Court on Monday reserved judgment in a suit filed against the federal government by the 36 state governments over the funding of superior courts created by Section 6 of the Constitution. The states want the apex court to hold, among others, that is the responsibility of the federal government to bear both the recurrent and capital expenditures. They also want the court to void the Executive Order 10 issued by President Muhammadu Buhari in 2020 on the funding for the judiciary, particularly at the state level. A 7-member panel of the Supreme Court, led by Justice Musa Muhammad, after listening to arguments from lawyers to parties, said they would be informed when the judgment was ready. A suspected fake soldier, Hayatu Galadima, and his accomplice, Hamisu Adamu, have been arrested by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, while allegedly conveying drugs, ammunition, and communication equipment to bandits in Kaduna State. They were reportedly arrested by a patrol team of NDLEA officers on Gwalada Expressway in Abuja on Friday. A statement on Sunday by the spokesperson for the NDLEA, Femi Babafemi, said 21 RLA 7.45mm ammunition concealed in water bottles, 16 packs of new two-way radios, and 4 Army head mags, some ATM cards, wraps of cannabis sativa, tablets of tramadol, 3 MTN, 2 9 mobile, and 1 Airtel SIM cards were among the items recovered from Galadima. Men of the Ogun State Police Command have arrested 2 suspected kidnappers while trying to collect ransom money on a 7-year-old boy. The police public relations officer in the state, DSP Abimbola Oyeyemi, disclosed this on Monday. Oyeyemi said the suspects, Muhammad Abubakar, aged 42, and Clinton Niche, aged 18, were apprehended on Sunday following a report lodged at Agbara Area Command. The PPRO said the report was lodged by one Stephen Ajibili, who reported that his 7-year-old son, Daniel Ajibili, was abducted by unknown persons while he was sent on an errand. He added that the father lamented the abductors called him and demanded the sum of 1 million naira for the release of his son. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, on Monday in Abuja warned Nigerians to shun frozen poultry products and other food items preserved with formalin. NAFDAC spokesman Abubakar Jimo told newsmen that some business people had been using formalin to preserve poultry products, chicken and turkey in particular. Jimo also called the attention of consumers to the economic import of patronizing business people who smuggled poultry products into the country. He said that if such patronage continued, indigenous poultry farmers and marketers would not grow as desired, as money spent on smuggled products would only go to originators of the products. The NAFDAC spokesman added that the patronage of imported or smuggled products would also continue to affect Nigeria's foreign exchange services. Formalin is a poisonous chemical popularly used to preserve corpses in mortuaries. Formalin is capable of preserving such products for weeks before they get to consumers, he warned. The Federal Road Safety Corps FRSC has identified overspeeding as the leading cause of road crashes in Nigeria. The Abia State Sector Commander of FRSC, Paul Ugu, who disclosed this to journalists, cautioned motorists against overspeeding and other traffic offences. He said the Corps will on Tuesday flag off Ember Month Safety Campaign as part of measures to minimize road traffic offences in the state ahead of the Yuletide. The FRSC boss said the Corps will also conduct free vision, high blood pressure and other vital tests for commercial vehicle drivers in Abia during the campaign. Ugu said the target of the campaign was to reduce road crashes by 15% and fatality by 20%. He disclosed that ambulances will be deployed and positioned along critical corridors of the state during the Ember month to ensure road accident victims are attended to within 5 minutes. The FRSC boss advised motorists, especially passenger vehicles, against night travels, saying that statistics have shown that most road crashes occur at night. He also advised motorists to ensure they possess valid driver's license and vehicle documents, warning that road traffic offenders, especially those guilty of lane indiscipline, overloading, drunk driving, using mobile phone while on the wheel, risk prosecution at the mobile courts during the season. And finally, the Oyo State government on Monday says it has commenced conversion exercise for 1,572 officers across ministries, departments and agencies in the state. The exercise, which is expected to last for some weeks at the Civil Service Commission headquarters, Secretariat Ibadan, commenced on September 30th, 2021. In a statement signed by the chairman, Civil Service Commission, Kamuru Aderibigbe, the exercise is consequent upon the approval of the Oyo State Governor, Seyi Makinde. Coming up in a moment on our entertainment news, Wizkid, Tems received platinum plaque for Essence in the United States. Details in a moment after this break. Nigerian superstar singers Ayodeji Ibrahim Balogun, popularly known as Wizkid, and Temilade Openiyi, also known as Tems, have received a platinum plaque for their global hit track Essence after it attained over 400,000 sales in the United States. The duo took receipt of the platinum plaque for Essence on Monday after Wizkid's show on Sunday night at the Novo Event Space in Los Angeles, which also witnessed the duo perform together. In the video, the global artists were seen standing on the red carpet at the event venue with a couple of people holding the plaque in their hands. The thrilled Ojuelegba singer expressed gratitude to the organizers and his team for their unflinching support and prayed for God's blessing on them all. American singer and songwriter Billie Eilish has been announced as the first headliner for the 2022 Glastonbury Festival. The pop star first hinted at the news on Instagram, where she posed in a Glastonbury hoodie with the caption 2022. Glastonbury organizer Emily Eves later confirmed the booking and said the 20-year-old will be the youngest solo headliner in history. Eilish will also be the first female headliner since 2016, although Taylor Swift was booked to play in 2020 before the COVID-19 pandemic put an end to the summer festival season. Glastonbury was also cancelled this year, although organizers staged a virtual event with artists including Coldplay, Wolf Alice and Georgia Smith. Eilish's first appearance at Glastonbury in 2019 was hailed as a triumph by critics. And that's the news, but before we go, a quick recap of the headlines. federal government launches explanatory manual on code of conduct of public officers. NDLEA intercepts fake soldier with drugs, ATM cards. NAFDAC advises Nigerians to avoid frozen chicken, turkey, other food items. Do remember that the continued unity of Nigeria is a collective responsibility. Be sure to play your part. KUFM Newsbreak was produced by Blessing Asekome. I am Gloria Vitalis saying thanks for listening. Good evening.
K 92.7
FM. K
92.7
FM. K
92.7
FM.
I'm gonna, I want that guy to get